What's up, guys? Welcome to post-match reaction between Chelsea and Manchester City, and also somewhere in Old Trafford, United versus Aston Villa. Now let's get on to the match between Chelsea and Manchester City. The match ended 1-0 in favor of Manchester City. Pep Guardiola finally got their antidote against Tuchel, and it was a well-deserved win for Manchester City. When we checked the formation and the tactics of both teams, Manchester City play high-pressing game up front, whilst Chelsea was dwelling on counter-attacking. So now let's get into details. In the defensive work of City, Rodri and Laporte pair was very good for Pep Guardiola. Rodri was able to contain Timo Werner. He didn't allow him to do anything like his runs, his movement and all that. Rodri was able to stop him. Whilst Laporte was just on Lukaku, which means that Lukaku is better up front than pairing him with another striker, because the pair didn't actually click. They were dwelling on counter and they are not also getting the balls to work with each other. So when we go to the other side, where Pep Guardiola pushed men up front, he was attacking with 4 to put pressure on Chelsea defense, because Chelsea usually build from defense and they dwell on counter. And Pep Guardiola stopped them from building. So it was very difficult for Chelsea defense to contain City at the back. Also, Rodri and Bernardo Silva pair was very good. It allowed Bernardo Silva to play free role. So he was joining the attack to further push Chelsea midfield backwards. And Chelsea was caught making little errors. And you know City, if you are playing against City and you make even a single error, they can capitalize on it and get a goal. Even though Chelsea defense really showed that they were very good in containing them, because City tried left and right and in the middle, it wasn't working until Jesus received the ball. Jorginho was behind him. He allowed him to turn and then shoot the ball, and the ball was at the back of the net. Mendy is a world-class keeper, but he was not able to see the ball. There were a lot of men up front him, so there's no way he could see the ball in order to save it. Chelsea midfield was packed with their best 3, Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante. But then, because of the pressure, they didn't get their best out of their midfield, particularly Kante. Everybody was expecting Kante to carry the midfield. You know, there are some days it's just not clicking for you, and it was a day for Kante. I don't know whether he was too afraid to move forward because of the pressure, or it was just different thing. So the first half was all for City, until the second half, Chelsea made some changes which allowed them to hold the ball a little bit, and they create few chances, but it wasn't enough for them. As Tuchel already said, this game doesn't mean that's the end of Premier League this season. They still got a lot of games to play, so watch out for the second leg as City. This game was very important for Pep Guardiola, as we said before. Last season, he was fumbling like this season, but he got a win at Stamford Bridge and the season turned around for him. And this season, history has repeated again. Do you think Pep Guardiola will get his consistency he deserves? And now he needs the consistency to win the Premier League. Somewhere in Manchester at Old Trafford, United was defeated 1-0 by Aston Villa. Well, there's no much to talk about United again. As we said previously before, Oli is the problem for United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the Manchester United coach, is the problem for United. I don't know whether the team is too heavy for him, or the team have problems, or he's just not able to get the best out of his players. Look at the squad he got. If another coach was managing this squad, then we would have been talking about trophies. Right now, 1 trophy has already lost in his hand. Carabao Cup in midweek, he just lost at home 1-0 against West Ham United. And today, the same thing happened. The only thing he could do in pre-match was to cry for penalties. And he got the penalty today at the later part of the game, but then Bruno couldn't convert it. But if you were able to get the best out of them, you wouldn't be crying for penalty. If you think otherwise, type your suggestions in the comments below, then we will get to that.